So since they extended the show down at Palmerston for 2 days, they actually let us run a second time. So that was nice, getting to run an extra night that I wasn't supposed to race. It ended up being a Monday night, which worked out well because a lot of people had Monday off because Tuesday in New Zealand was a national holiday. So it worked out well. You know, they're still able to have a really big crowd for a Monday night show. And then we got an extra show, but basically we raced for free that night. It's just an exhibition race. But like I say, over there, these guys aren't really racing for money, at least in the Super Saloon class. The stocks make all the money over there. Second night went a lot better for us. Obviously, we had the first night under our belt. We had the gremlins worked out of the car. So now we were able to focus more on the car setup and tune on stuff a little bit better. Kept adjusting on the carburetor. We got it working a lot better. We were good. We were able to win our heat race. The other heat race, I came from the back to I think third. So that gave us a really good points deal. And then kind of had a little bit of a scare. We were parked next to the Flynn's, the BK cars, and they had a little downtime there at the track. So they did like just I forget what they called it, but they just threw a dash up, and I thought, me and Ben, the guy's car I was driving, we thought it was the feature, and then Grant Flynn, the Burger King guy, he kind of runs a lot of the stuff over there, helps organize, promote, and he says, where do you want to start in this? I'm like, well, I want to start on the front row. You know, I thought that's where I was starting because of the high thing. He goes, oh no, it's whoever gets up there first, that's how we're starting. So I'm like, holy crap, you know? So I jump in my car, and I'm like, come on guys, and they're putting the tires on, and we fly up there, and we're out there racing, and me and Pete just assumed this was the feature, and I ended up running second to Jason. I can't think of his last name. That guy, he was pretty fast, and I was really ticked off that we ran second. I thought we just ran second in the feature, and come to find out, we come back in. You know, I pulled in forward and everything, and then they're like, no, that wasn't that my guys are arguing, and like, that wasn't a feature, that was just a dash, just to kill some time. So I'm like, once we figured that out, we were kind of relieved. So we actually did get a start on the front row of the feature. So then that made me a lot happier, right? So I knew I didn't, still had a chance to win. So that's why we came there. And then we featured. Jason got to jump on me again in the start of the race, and then we were able to, you know, reel him in, and then we were past them, and we were really good, and just able to drive away and win the feature there, you know. And the car was awesome, and you know, but it's nice to be able to have a day where we could actually work on the race car as far as setup and tuning it up wise, and get it where it needed to be a little bit better, as opposed to just trying to make it run all night long. So that was awesome. So got to win. Once we came back in the pits, I got to looking around and stuff. I realized there's some tire stuff going on, like. These guys just kind of run whatever tires they can get. So like, there's a lot of American racers and there's a lot of Hoosiers, and the American racers, them guys was on a little bit softer tire, so that's why they were getting a start on me. I felt like all weekend there, and I was on a Hoosier 1350 basically, but they're different. They're wider. They roll a lot. They're a lot taller and wider, and you know. But that 1350 is harder than that 44 was, and couldn't figure out why they were getting such a good start. And then I would reel them in, you know. I don't know that I really got any faster, but I could tell them guys as their handling kept going away, even like in the heat race, and then in that dash, and the feature, and you know, just not having much of time to check things out or realize what was going on. You know, after the fact, you know, we realized what was happening there. And luckily, you know, we just happened to have the right stuff on, and it worked out for us in our favor. You know, that, you know, give me some more information just going into the next weekend. But it was really cool to be able to win, especially, you know, for Pete Bankston, whose car I'm driving. He was a really good super stock racer, and he hasn't been in these saloons very long, and Palmerston's his home track. So he was really excited to get be able to win in his car at his home track. So I felt really good for him and his guys, you know, for... You know, and the crew, they've been busting their butts all weekend, you know, trying to make that thing run right and stuff. So that was really awesome, and exciting. You know, just there's not many guys that can say they've won races in, you know, more than one country, right? And just felt very special and humbled to get to do it. And even though, you know, it was like that night was an exhibition and they didn't even pay, there was no trophy, there was no awards thing or anything. That was all a little bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, it just still was a really awesome feeling to have to get to do something I felt like that was so special. So that was really cool. to do. And, if it's expensive to go over there, but if anybody gets a chance and you love racing, that team's race at Palmerston is probably a must-see on the bucket list. It's a really cool event. So if you are looking for something crazy to do, it is summertime over there while we're in the wintertime. So maybe you can plan a vacation over there and go check out the team's champs at Palmerston in New Zealand.
So looking forward to Jason Fager going a bit better tonight.
Yeah, I saw they were heavily working on that car throughout the day today.
Yeah, so what they found, he thought he was running out of fuel. Peter said, Bengston, whose car it is, of course, said they'd actually done the fuel pump and the filter and all sorts, checked everything, and then they were looking at it, they checked everything, changed a whole lot of stuff in the car, and then they were looking at, I was talking to Ray actually at breakfast this morning, they're holding the fuel filter up to the light in the back of the race trailer, and they could see that it was discovered there was something wasn't right, so they changed the fuel filter, even though it had been cleaned, and that's what the issue was. As soon as they plugged it up, turned it on, it was just firing fuel out the back. So you could see, and last night we were saying he just wasn't getting off the turns. And so, yeah, now tonight we finally get to see the man from the States, Jason Fager, with an engine. So he might still not be on pace because you can't set the car up properly until you've got the engine underneath you to carry the speed. So It might take him a race or two to get settled, but super excited to see him now with a car that's got the engine that he needs.
Yep. Let's look at the grid. Front row, 5 of Steve Flynn, 25 USA, Jason Fager. Row 2, the 24, Martin Halcrow, 41, Jason Long. From row 3, it's the 8 of Benji Snedden, the 2 NZ, Sam Waddell. Then we go to the 27 of Joe Ingram, the 6 of Grant Flynn, and off the back it will be Dan Pollock.
They come round to the white line.
8 laps the distance, and Fager gets the jump on Flynn. Jason Fager, the high side hustler, out in front already. Steve Flynn under pressure now from Jason Long. And Marty Halcrow, he tried to get the nose in front on the 24. Not to be, but Long has moved up into that 3rd spot. He's moved behind Steve Flynn. Look, Sam Waddell, he's gone to that top side as well now. The 2 NZ as he goes by Grant Flynn. Looks to go to work as well on Martin Halcrow, the 24. He's parked it slap bang in the middle of the track. Benji Snedden's dropped a bit of pace there. 8K. But the Joe Ingram maintaining the field will be Dan Pollock. Out in front though, Jason Fager, 25 USA, fastest man on track. In fact, only man clocking to 17.75. Fastest car on track, 18.3. Sam Waddell, the next quickest is Jason Long. Looks to the inside of Steve Flynn, the 5B and the 41 going hammer and toe. Long just drifts out wide there. The turn into turn 1, right, gets the yield back. Now it looks like he's got a much better run, 3 and 4, although will be.
Yeah, this is shaping up. What a great battle here, Stu. The battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. We're down out in the concrete as he cut the tyre. He gets back on the gas, and Long up into 2nd place from Flynn. So Jason Long working the low line tonight, and he is doing a brilliant job as Fager drives away in the 25 car. But Jason Long on the pole just slides out a little bit. Flynn comes back, again his car slides out. Waddell looking good in 4th spot. Battle back there, Grant Flynn coming through in the Burger King car up the inside of Marty. Oh, we've got Waddell, put the hex on him in the concrete off turn 3.
We do, and the yellows come out as Waddell has parked the car in the wall. There's panel damage on the 24P as well, and Marty Halcrow. We probably could have gone last time around. Well, we get it this time. And look at this, Jason Long up against one of the world's best, Jason Fager. Fager's got the run though up the inside. Jason Fager back to the lead. Jason Long back into 2nd. Then we go back to Steve Flynn, Martin Halcrow. Here comes Benji Snedden up the inside of the lot of them.
Grant Flynn just had a big moment up there and lost it. Had to drift out, and Howie didn't contact Halcrow. But look at Snedden go up the inside.
Just
Snedden's on a fire.
Right into Halcrow there. makes his way up, and he looks like he's going to make his way up maybe into third, even if he can get by Steve Flynn. White flag, one to go. 7 down on our 8 lap race.
Halcro and Grant Flynn side by side, as is Steve Flynn and Benji Snedden coming off too. They are racing hard and fast to the back of the pack, mid-pack as well. But out the front, checkered flag for Jason Fager. The high side hustler takes the win. Great drive from Jason Long. Go back to Steve Flynn, Benji Snedden, Martin Halcro, Grant Flynn, Joe Ingram, Dan Pollock and Sam Waddell. We get set to go Super Saloons, heat number 2.
We certainly do. Pollock off pole, and we get the green. This one will be Grant Flynn though that gets to the front, the 6B over the 85M. Fager on the high line gets stuck behind the 2NZ of Sam Waddell. Out in front though, be Grant Flynn leading it from Dan Pollock. Then we go back to Ingram, Joe Ingram. However, here comes Benji Snedden in the 8K up the inside. And Marty Halcro, Jason Long now looks to set the car down the bottom. There's Joe Ingram stuck up behind the makes a bit of contact there with the 41. Steve Flynn now as well checks up in front of Fager.
Oh, there's all sorts going on. Joe Ingram slow, and Dan Pollock, he has got his setup wrong. He's in second place at the moment. Look at the bicycle, the left front lift that he's getting. This time he's got it more stable on the track, but he was a big left front hook. Lifts coming off turn number 2.
Yeah, Grant Flynn's driving away with this one. Dan Pollock's backing the field up, especially Marty Halcro and Jason Long. Long now.
Sned, look at this battle between Steve
Flynn. Snedden's gone. He's rid the wall, courtesy of Steve Flynn.
He's broken the
yeah, the right front's gone.
Yeah.
So he'll lift to the infield, the 8K Makamoto Sport Machine. And he's out of this one. Grant Flynn's still out in front. And now Jason Long has got by, no, sorry, it's still Pollock. Just looking at the front of the cars in the sunlight there. This time now he's gone by. It's Marty Halcro and Jason Long by Dan Pollock.
Yeah, Long just built contact with Pollock. Here comes the battle. Fager's getting on the go from Flynn.
Fager's up on the high line now. The high side hustler
and
starting to use that high line. Ingram's dropped back.
Yeah, he's got a flat left front tyre.
There we go. Waddell is absolutely battling in the 2NZ now. Jason Long.
Flynn has to get on the brakes.
Looks to the inside of Marty Halcro. Halcro's still pressing on. There's a bit of right front panel damage on the 41 from contact with the 24. Great tussle here as Fager now to the high line gets by. Steve Flynn just looks to make a move on Dan Pollock now in turn 3.
But look at the battle for second, third. Long had to go to the pole line, over the pole line, because the Halcro just closed him down from out beside him.
1 to go. Marty Halcro still holding off Jason Long. That's for second, and Jason Fager starting to get his nose in. He goes to the high line again. Grant Flynn's going to win it. The battle's on here for second and third and fourth. Fager around the outside of Long. It'll be Halcro on second and Fager from the back picks up the third place over Jason Long. Dan Pollock manages to hold on.
Flynn's got the flat left rear. He got to the finish.
Yeah. Grant Flynn with the flat left rear. He still picks up the win over Marty Halcro. Jason Fager into third from the back, using that high line.
Unreal. Great drive from Fager.
There we go, we get the green. And it's contact to the wall from Waddell, and he gets a punt there from Steve Flynn for good measure. Jason Long's off the front.
Waddell's hanging to the left front, Stu.
Waddell.
It's just not working, that car.
Well, this is the ex-Mick Quinn car, and I'll tell you what, Mickey Quinn had it flying around this track when he had it in his hands.
Sam will be scratching his head. He's the 2NZ.
The setup's just not working from it all.
Look at it lifting.
We've lost Dan Pollock to the infield, so the 85 out. Jason Long, former Hawke's Bay Hawkeye, won this event 2 times with them, in the Gisborne Giants as well. Leads the race from Jason Fager. Grant Flynn, Joe Ingram, Steve Flynn right up high as well. Right down the back. Still Jason Long though. This feels pretty spread out compared to the last few races. Fager looking at that pole line, trying to get the 25 tiled in a few more laps for the feature race.
Sammy Waddell's given it up. He's backed it on the infield as well.
You're right though. 2NZ, you've got to be scratching your head as to what's going wrong with that 2NZ machine. even looked a bit like that last night, like he just couldn't get the setup on point. Man that he has though, 41 and Jason Long. I don't think he's really put a foot wrong since he's been in the Super Saloon class. He's being tailgated now by Jason Fager, the 25 USA. Just on the back of him, and I think Fager's going to have to find the high line to get by the 41, who's got it set quite nicely down low.
Joe Ingram and Grant Flynn having a great scrap here too. And I know Grant is all about putting on a show. He knows and appreciates when they are the support category. And look, I would be surprised if he is deliberately really making a show here. This is just brilliant.
I was just
look at
thinking
this.
that Grant could be yielding a wee
Show
bit. Look at this. There we go.
Fager.
Fager now has got the nose up the inside along. Not this time, but he had it down the exit of 4. England's still holding off Grant Flynn. Jason Long holding on to the lead. 2 laps to go this time round. Fager once again. Now he goes to the high side. Crosses back to the bottom. J-Lo, Jason Long. Oh, Fager. He wanted the pole line and meets her in. He's put it there himself. Now he's lifted up. Ingram's going to tuck to the inside. Ingram wants it on the party. He wants to spoil the Americans like white flag, 1 to go. Fager now crosses up top. Goes for the launch down the bottom on the exit of 2. Oh, he climbs the pole line. It's a drag down the straight. Fager again, he yields out of it this time.
Oh, he just got closed off.
Grant Flynn's up the top now. Grant Flynn's going to go to the top. Jason Long wins it. Jason Fager, Joe and Grant Flynn. Steve Flynn crawls into the line.
How
he
good is
didn't get
that?
an invite to the party.
How good is that, Stu? Well, Fager, he said about he wants to widen these tracks by being able to put a wheel. I think he's trying to make the point. Like, let me widen the track by putting a wheel over the pole line.
Yeah, he'll do it for you.
Just quickly,
Right, we're going to go green, and Fager gets the jump. Cheers, thanks, Yelly. Fager gets the jump, but it's,
but Jason
it's
Long.
Jason Long up the inside, taking it to the Dirt Nationals champion of 2023.
Stu, I tell you what, we might have all the Super Saloons, but we've got the cream of them here going hard at it. Look at
here we go
Fager.
now. Fager,
Here we go.
he's going to make a move that time. Long manages to hold on. It's Grant Flynn over Steve Flynn back to Marty Halcrow.
Yeah, but he's
Sammy
all over
Liddell's gone to the back.
Stu, he's all over the pole line. Steve all climbing all over the pole line trying to get his bro. But here comes Fager getting a run off 4. Jason
Fager.
Long, though, he's doing a brilliant job holding down low. Slides out a little bit. Here comes Fager. Can he poke it in there? The Flynn side by side.
Jason Long, he's got the door open a wee bit. Here comes Fager looking to make that pole line another metre up the inside.
I tell you what, I wish we could watch. I don't know why we're not seeing the. It's not teams racing, it should be on the screen. I want to see the drone shots of this. Here we go. Long comes back up the inside at 3. Fager in the lead. Long doesn't want to give up without a fight. Oh, he's got the red mist on. Big flames, big backfire coming through. Here comes Grant Flynn in the Burger King car. Fager getting smooth now, trying to just build up a bit of a lead and get away from trouble. It's a battle now for Long and Grant Flynn. Steve Flynn's there, waiting to pounce. Sammy Waddell at the back, still trying to find some go forward on the 2 car. And now the Flynn's again, side by side. Long flaming out. Here they come. He's about to be the meat in a Burger King sandwich or burger. Oh, slight contact between Steve Flynn and Long. Look at this race, fans. How good is this? Here comes Grant Floyd, tucked under the rear of Jason Long. Jason Long holding off the brothers. They're going to go 3 wide down, turn off 3. Oh, Grant Flynn, no. He does a Brent Emerson and lands it on the wheels. Grant Flynn, he said he was going to put on a show. He's just done an MO at the Super Saloons, putting on a show at the NZ New Zealand Super Stock Teams Champs. He did not get out of it, rode the wall, stayed hard on the gas, and he is just...
Maybe. Yes, he's been right around. Nah, bloody awesome, awesome having guys like Bobby and guys over here. For me to race against him and team services and bloody unreal. So, yeah, Jason's certainly raced real hard. I'm happier now. You might get hard on yourself. I didn't know how big of a lead we had until I saw that jumbo time. Holy fuck. We fucking left them.
Took that dog, we'll come our laps to work.
So we left Palmerston and we headed up to Fittianga, home of Bodie Abrahamson. He's become a good friend of mine. Me and Abby, him and his wife Lisa and his family. His mom's name's Lisa as well, and his dad Jeff. They're awesome people. Bodie came over here. It's been a while ago now, probably 6 years ago, to help me for like summer nationals. And unfortunately, his appendix burst. He got septic. He ended up being here for like a month. His mom flew back over, so needless to say, we got to become pretty close with him. And then, you know, they came back over when he wasn't sick to get to go racing and have some fun. And we stayed with him every time we've been there. We've stayed at his place for at least a few days. So on our way up there, the roads over there are crazy. It's like driving on a roller coaster. I mean, you are like, there's very, very little interstate. It's mainly up by Auckland, but the rest of it's just 2-lane, very windy, curvy, a few passing lanes here and there. But it's Wynn got car sick on the ride up on the way up there that day. Abby's trying not to get car sick, and it would have been probably biking the 8 or 9 hour drive up there from Palmerston. So we stopped in a town called Mount Maunganui. And Abby's way better at these words than I am. And then Bodie and Lisa actually came down and met us because they had a doctor's appointment the next day for Lisa, who's expecting. And we stayed there and went out to a nice dinner. And that's actually where the Cowling brothers are from. So Chris came out and met us for some beers. And we had a really good time there. It's a really beautiful city. Nice little shops down in this little downtown area. And then the next day, me and Abby got up and went to the beaches. And it's probably is the nicest beach I've ever been on or ever seen. It was amazing. The thing went on forever, and it was just like you could walk out 50, 75 feet and just probably only be knee deep. So it was Wynn's first time being in the ocean. She loved it. You know, they let your dogs run around or whatever. So it was really cool, beautiful beach, a lot of good little food street vendors and stuff there. So we wish we could have spent longer there. We actually we were going to go up there on the Monday, but with the rain out, we had to stay in Palmerston. So we kind of got shorted a day there. So we hung out a little bit at the beach, and then we went headed the rest of the way up to Fittianga to meet up with Bodie and Lisa and stay with them. And you know, his mom and dad cooked us a nice meal that night, and the next day me and Bodie and his dad and his uncle and one of Bodie's mates, we all went golfing. So that was really cool. I don't get to do a lot of golfing, but I really enjoy it when we do get to go. First time ever I played. We only did 9, but I didn't lose a ball the whole 9, so that's like the first time ever. I'm not saying I did good, but I didn't lose a ball. And then the 3 young guys got beat by the 2 old guys, so that wasn't good. But we had a lot of fun, drank a few cold beers, had a blast.
Golf day. Got Fager here, overdrive cart. See how good he is. He got the win on Monday, so in the race car. So see how his golf goes. Too much muscle in there. Should we run my one?
Yeah, I'm definitely good at doing that.
Doing drive?
Chunking. Don't matter.
Not a bad shot from the old boy.
Yeah, nice. I thought it was way short.
What do you reckon, Ben? How's the team's effort so far, mate?
Will come good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Time.
The next day while we were in Whitianga, we went deep sea fishing, which same thing. I love to fish. I just never feel like I never get to do it. Before I used to race, I used to fish probably 3-4 nights a week. Like throughout high school, me and my buddies, we went fishing all the time. But once we started racing, there's just no time to go fishing anymore. So very rarely do I get to do it, and I'm definitely not good at it because we don't do it enough. But Bodie's uncle took us out deep sea fishing, and we were able to. We actually caught like I think 24 or 27 red snapper, so which they just call them snapper over there. They don't call them red snapper, but it's the same fish. And then most of them though we caught on long lines. We put out some long lines, and we got all the keepers on long lines. And on the pole we were only getting short ones, but we weren't able to. We really didn't fish that long because he wanted to get back and check the long lines because so the sharks didn't eat all the stuff we caught. So I wish we would have had more time just to actually fish around and stuff like that, but. Me and Bodie each got like 3 or 4 piece on the poles, and then we were able to get quite a few on the long lines, and that was awesome. And then the same day, Abby and Bodie's mom Lisa, they went out on a glass bottom boat, so the bottom of the boat's glass, and they went to this place called Cathedral Cove, which is kind of really cool, and you can see the reefs and everything under the boat. And Abby and Wynn got out of the boat and swam in the ocean, and then we went to kind of the same spot so we could see it in the fishing boat, and it's all like a nature preserve type deal too, so you're not allowed to fish over there, but you're not supposed to feed the fish. But we kind of threw the rest of the bait over, and man, I'm telling you, we saw a snapper that big coming up to the boat, and it was like, I thought a few of these things were going to jump in the boat. We ended up just like soaking wet. I mean, it was just crazy to see how big they were, and how many of them were right there. And it was like, wish we could have fished there, but we couldn't. So but anyway, we were happy with what we did. Came back, cleaned all the fish, and then Bodie's parents took them somewhere in town right there. It's just a little town, but took them to the fish and chip shop, and they cooked them up and fried them for us, and we brought them back. But they were amazing, but just really good eating. And then hung out there, and then the next day we were able to head over to took us to back to Auckland to Waikiraka Park.
There we go. Yeah, go on. I'm not fucking doing this.
Am I supposed to feed them?
Yeah. Just break it up. Don't get the big piece.